Okay, film permits. Huge headache for every filmmaker because they always ask, do you really need a film permit if you film something in your private house, whatever, private property? Yes, you do. You always need a film permit, almost always. There are little exceptions if you're on the street and you don't use a tripod and stuff, but that's not what we needed to do. So yes, so we had to go through Film LA, which is pretty much, they are the ones in charge of all the film permits citywide, and you got to go through them. Non-profit organization claiming to help filmmakers getting permits and everything, but I tell you, our experience with Film LA was not very good because they're not very helpful. A lot of them were actually jerks, to be honest, you know, and it really seems they're there to just squeeze out every single dollar from the filmmaker they can, you know. They just permit here, permit there, you know. You tell them about the film projects. Oh, you need a permit here and a parking permit and this permit and that permit. Just going crazy with those permits. And thank God my wife handled all that, because I do not have the patience, or as much patience as she has with those people. My wife is a champion when it comes to talking on the phone and be all nice and calm and everything. Really amazing. So she talked to those people, so I don't know how many times, you know, and every time they had more permits and more fees and this you have to pay. So she started to ask them, why do you need a permit for this? And well, it's just something you have to pay. Yeah, but why? What's the reason behind it? Well, I'm not sure right now, but it's something you have to pay. So my wife asked about all those fees, you know, and some of them, they could not even answer the question. It's just a fee for this and a fee for that, you know. And then in the end you think you have finally arrived, and the next time you say, oh no, there's a whole slew of other fees coming. What the hell are you talking about, more fees? Unbelievable. So my wife kept calling them and asking questions, and in the end they actually, some of the fees they could not even explain. So in the end they said, oh okay, we waive that fee. What the hell is that? It's just unbelievable. So not very helpful. And of course you could film without permits, screw them, you know, but you're taking a risk, because we rented this house for $4,000 and we organized everything else around that. All the actors, all the food and the makeup and clothing and the equipment and camera lenses, and the camera guy from Portland flies in. Everything happens in those 2 weeks in that house. So we could not risk. It probably would have worked, but do you really want to risk making one neighbor upset, and then they come over and knock or call the police, and then the police shows up, hey, do you guys have permits? No, and they shut down the production. You lose the location, you lose all the money, you lose the actor, you lose everything. Everything you lose. Is it really worth it? No, it's not. So we in the end, or my wife, negotiated from $1,000 something all the way down to pretty much $1,000 for a permit. That was good for, I think, 14 days for 10 locations or something like that. We only had one location, but I think it was good for 14 days, and we only needed it for 12 days. So $1,000, we got the permit done. It was a major pain in the ass, but you know, unless you have some kind of location that's way out there where nobody else is and it belongs to a friend of yours, more power to you, film it without permit. But we could not risk losing everything because of $1,000, you know. So we went through the trouble, we got all the paperwork, we paid $1,000 and we were good to go.